What's good, guys? Your boy, Mister Old Skool Ryder, come back at you one more again. And yes, I still have that tape on the wall. I will be painting my living room here shortly after the show. I have a very special guest today. I have the host of Cars with KoKo. I have the infamous Miss KoKo on the line. What is going on, KoKo?
Hello, hello, hello. How are you? Hi, everybody.
What's going on,
Can y'all hear
people?
me
All
okay?
right.
All right,
Yes,
make sure
we
you hear me
sure
okay.
can.
Okay, good, good.
So we basically gonna
All
talk
right, there we
about
go.
this and that just for a little bit. We ain't gonna be on here all night or whatever. But tell us about
Okay.
yourself, Coco.
Well, like you said, my name is Coco. I am a huge car enthusiast, huge race enthusiast. I have a YouTube channel called Cars with Coco, but I have a much larger presence on Instagram. I host a show every Wednesday night at 8 o'clock called Shop Talk, and we mostly just talk about racing on the show. My largest audience is big rim racing, excuse me, and I also have a presence on the small tire side, as we call it the small tire side as well. I drag race myself. I have a Pontiac G8 GT, and I'm considered a daily driver class. I'm not in the big leagues yet, but that's what I do. So, and
How long you been
also,
racing?
oh,
Oh,
how long
sorry.
am I racing?
No,
No, no,
keep
no,
talking.
you're
My
fine. You're
bad.
fine. No, 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 you're good. You're good. I actually just started this year on the track. I'll say that on the track this year, and I had to do it the safe way. So yeah, just this year.
All right, that's what's up with that. What's up, sincere dark skin, also B Main Beats, also the producer of the theme music on the channel as well. Shout out to
That's
him, of
dope.
course.
So
Legendary in the making over there in Louisiana, Texas. By the way,
that's
so how
dope.
long? What made you get into drag racing yourself?
I I've actually been interested in drag racing ever since I was a teenager. But of course, when you are a girl, there are certain things that are expected of you and certain things that you are not supposed to do. So I just was I just channeled that to being interested in cars. So when I got in my 30s, my ex-husband and I were going to build a dragster, and um two lines showed up on a stick, so we had to can that idea. And so so after that, I went through a lot of changes in my life, and I was always doing what everyone expected me to do. I had this cookie cutter life. So finally, and I always kept up with big rim racing, and I always used to go to the drag strip. I Phoenix City Drag Strip in this pretty famous place. It's a very old track. And so when I moved away from Georgia for a little bit. I came back and I was like, I'm gonna do what I want to do, and I want to race. So I got back into it, and I decided that nothing was gonna stop me this time. So here I am.
Oh wow! Look like that's the best decision that you one of the best decisions that you made in your life
Oh
to follow your
yes,
passion.
I'm definitely. I feel like people think that when you make the statement "living your truth," it means that the the LBGTQ community, and that's not exactly what living your truth means. You live what's within you. And I felt like when I came back to Georgia and I finally found my niche, which is drag racing. So I'm living my truth, and my truth is that you know my heart runs on a pit. It runs on pistons and cams, and you know my heart is just or put like this 5W30 pumps through my veins. And this is who I am. And a lot of, my family has a really, really hard time accepting this.
Really?
Very hard time. Yes. Yes, my family has they're having a hard time with it.
So what
Um
did you do before this then, since they kind of upset or that your feelings about it? If you can
I
say
was
that.
I don't know. They I was what was expected pretty much of me was, just go to work, come home, be a mom. And that's it. Just go to work, come home, be a mom. And excuse me, I looked at it like this. I have a daughter who's into racing as well. And I feel like I have something in my face. I'm sorry. I have a daughter that's into racing as well. And I have my middle son, he is into the RC cars.
Hmm.
So he races RC cars. He hadn't done it since the pandemic. We took it away. We're not taking it away from him, but he just hadn't done it. And yes, it is definitely a great feeling, definitely. But I'm looking at them and I'm like, what type of example am I setting if I'm just doing what everyone is expected of me instead of just, breaking boundaries, like you said, breaking boundaries and doing what I love. True enough, it is dangerous. It is very, very dangerous, people. Please understand the drag racing is extremely dangerous. But that feeling that going down that track and getting up to that mile per hour, and it's like that adrenaline rush is nothing can replace it. It's like a drug. I'm addicted to it. So, you know, they don't understand that, and it's okay. But I just tell them, just don't, please don't project. I understand your concern, but don't project your fears on me, because you guys, you know, that's just who I am. But what's funny is that the safety isn't their biggest concern. They're upset because I chose to do it at the age that I am. They were like, "Why didn't you do this in your 20s?" I'm like, "Because in your 20s, like you think about it, when you drag race in your 20s, that's when you're the stupidest. you,
You got a lot of
you were,
distractions going on. You get yourself
oh
killed if you're not ready.
yeah, and I think that it happened at the perfect time in my life. Is where I'm wiser. I listen more. Because trust me, if I'd have been doing this while I was in my 20s, I probably wouldn't have made it to my 30s.
Mm.
So, but that's what they're most upset about. They like, you waited till your oldest child got grown and gone and did all this. Like, yes, just happened at this time. So it is what it is.
Yeah, facts on that. Yeah, it be like that. Hey, it's never too
Yeah,
late. I mean, unless you on a,
right.
it's never too late to do something unless you in a wheelchair or something like that. Doing something like that, of course,
Right.
but even with that, you can always kind of figure things out. Wow, drag racing,
Hmm.
man. Hopefully, it will. What car you pretty much just drag racing the G8 then, correct?
Right. Right. Right.
Why that car?
I've always wanted one, but when I finally purchased it, it was a selfish purchase. And then when I bought the car and I found out the things that I could do with the car, ooh, that's when I started dumping money into it, and I'm not done. I'm definitely not done. But yeah, the car. And it was what I love about the fact that the car is practical. It's a family car, and it
That's
came
true.
off the. I got the. It came out the factory with a 6.0. I had the GT. And when I found out the upgrades that I can make to the car, I'm like,
Mm.
oh, so I can make this a fast mommy vehicle. Okay, yeah, I'll take that.
That's a true mommy mobile.
Yeah,
My
it
God.
definitely is. When I'm
Yeah,
not
I
racing
see a
it,
bunch of
the car.
G8s in Atlanta too.
Yeah, the G8 community is very big in Atlanta. The presence is definitely there in Atlanta. Definitely.
Oh, dark skin, she
I
got the
have
6.0.
Yeah, I have the 6, so I don't have the GXP. But if I was gonna get the GXP, to be honest with you, I could have just bought used GXP. I could have got me a brand new Kia for the price of a used GXP. The
I mean, it
cheapest
just depends on the
GXP I have.
Kia now.
Right. I mean, like I'm talking about used Kia like an Optima, because the cheapest GXP I could find was 18,000.
That's not bad
It's not bad at
for something
all
like that.
for an '09, but it's an '09. That was the cheapest I could find for an '09. So, and the most expensive GXP I found was 36,000, and it only had like a couple of hundred miles on it. So,
I mean, that's not
nah,
bad, but I don't mind sacrificing the miles for the price and everything, as long as it ain't too
right.
crazy.
Yeah, but
God,
no,
those
that was
GA,
that was
hey, they
insane.
still holding.
Yeah, the reason why the G8s are such a hot commodity is because number one, they were the last of the Pontiac lineage, you know, and they were considered to be the last of um original muscle cars. You had the Camaros or whatever. The Camaros and G are basically the same thing, but it was just that they were just the original muscle car. It was the way it was described. I can't even say it verbatim, but someone on a forum described it perfectly. But anyway, it's also it's a GM Holden product. Holden is an Australian company,
Mm-hmm.
and Holden also, for those of you that don't know, man, you guys are car people. You probably already know this, but they are the producers of the Chevy SS. They're all the same cars, and they
Mm-hmm.
are a hot commodity because it's just something that's not made anymore. Number one, last of the lineage, and number three, excuse me. It's just a fast, practical car. So and it comes out of it comes from Australia. So like it's everybody wants them, so the value increased. And I was lucky when I can't tell you how much I paid for mine, but when I
A
tell you
lot.
I I got lucky.
Oh, don't tell me you stole
Real
the car.
lucky.
What?
Oh man, listen, when I tell you what I got it for, I basically it was a steal.
I should
The
got two of
dealership
them.
did
Could
not
got me one.
put it like this. The dealership had no clue what they had.
That was back
They
that
didn't
was
have a
back
clue.
before this new stuff they doing right now.
Oh no, I just
No,
I
but
just bought the car last year.
oh, you know what? I went through a few cars like the last 12 months or whatever. I went through quite a few of them, because the used market is
Mm,
so hot right now. But
right, right.
last year during the atmosphere and stuff like that, they were not moving no cars. They were selling
Yeah.
maybe like a few cars. It was some deals out there last year. If you had the money and the credit and stuff, now the credit is kind
Mm,
of opening up a little bit. But these cars are
right,
flying
right.
like hotcakes right now. But they taxing right now on everything.
Oh, trust me, I work at a dealership, so believe me, I understand. I trust me, I understand. And what I actually seriously got lucky was I bought my car like right before the pandemic happened. I bought it in February 2020, so this is literally right before it happened. That's when, yeah. So, but yeah, it was the market that said they had no clue what they had. So I was like, okay.
I always liked those G8s and stuff like that. Last year when I was kart shopping, I didn't buy a kart till like the end. I
Mm,
almost bit the bullet and stuff like that. I mostly do like old cars on my channel and everything else, but I'm like,
right.
you know what? Let me go to the Dodge dealership. I'm gonna go ahead and sell out. Not sell out, but I'm gonna go ahead and get this shit popping real quick. I was looking at the Jeep Gladiators. Those was
Yeah.
like they were trying to give them away last year, but nobody wasn't buying them because they just wasn't. Did
Hmm.
nobody want them like that
Right. Right.
until like
Right. Well,
later
yeah,
in the
we.
year. Man, the rebates was ridiculous last year on those Gladiators.
Mm,
I was telling myself
yeah,
I'm gonna
we
hold
have.
off real quick. This atmosphere is gonna last a little bit longer. I'm like, you know what? Let me wait till early this year. I'm gonna go ahead and get
Mm,
it. I know it's gonna be like real cheap. To my
mm,
surprise, man, Those cars, I mean, besides that and everything else, they was,
Uh,
I noticed the increase in price. They wouldn't no more negotiate like, hey, this is how much it's going to be.
right. I
That
mean,
was
we
it.
have one that we can't get rid of, and I'm not gonna lie to you, the price on it was a little much, but we can't get rid of this truck. We got one sitting on the lot.
What?
We can't get rid of
It must got a lot of
it.
stuff on it.
It's I can't remember if this one is loaded or not, but it's just honestly the Gladiator is in the area that I live in. It's not a desirable truck, and here is mostly. I don't know if you've heard the term yeet eat trucks. The
The who
ones that
truck?
have the we call the yeet eat trucks, with the ones that have the Bluetooth towing hitch. In other words, is the ones that got that squat. The back of it sits like this.
Okay, okay.
Like that. That's what everybody wants here. They want a
Oh
Tahoe
man,
or that, and the yeet eat trucks. That's what my kid says. Yeah, it's the stupidest thing.
that's a new term. The yee yee truck. Okay,
Yeet eat trucks. Yeah.
that's hilarious. Yeah, I've been looking at them used. They want like brand new prices for it. And they buy people buying it.
Yeah,
I'm not
and,
gonna
and
do it.
they
I'm just
are.
gonna have to wait. And
Now,
I
I'll be
was
honest
looking
with you.
at a scared,
Mhm.
looking at the scat pad. I almost, like you know what? I was gonna get some type of Dodge something. I was gonna do something with the channel and everything. Go throw a wrap on, throw some
Mhm.
rims on it. I'm like, you know what? That's not me. I'd be lying to myself. It'll be fly, but it won't be me.
Yeah.
I always stood out. I'm different when it comes to cars and
Yeah.
stuff, especially the old stuff. I'm very different. I love my
Mhm.
box Chevys and the other GMs, but sometimes my personality, I gotta have something a little bit different than everybody else.
Right. Right.
I'm kind of weirdo
And I
like
think
that when
that's
it
the
comes to cars, but
that was the biggest reason why I got the G8 because I didn't want to get because I could have gotten a Challenger. I could have gotten a Charger. But I'm like, why? Why you want to get what everybody else has? Just get some different.
I
So
know it's crazy.
that's how I ended up with it. Right.
No, it's all good, but we are basically halfway point of the show right now. So,
Mm.
how long you had your show on online?
I've had, excuse me, I've had Shop Talk for, I haven't had it a year yet. Shop Talk's first episode aired, I want to say, in February of this year.
Oh,
The
1 year
Shop
coming
Talk
up.
was, yeah, my 1 year is coming up. Shop Talk was not, this wasn't the vision that I had for Shop Talk. And the the thing is, I had another vision for it, but things happen for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
So I ended up ended up doing Instagram lives with it, and it actually worked out great. And I honestly like doing. I look so forward to Wednesdays because it's so exciting to be able to get online and actually just talk about racing, just or some anything dealing with racing. And the main objective, of Shop Talk is to not only keep you in tune with, your favorite racers and I love to keep the audience up to date on the latest races or what have you, but it's to educate because in big rim racing, there's a lot of misinformation because a lot of the information in big rim racing is based upon opinion and not fact. So, excuse me, the show is, I have my favorite camp, I have my favorite racers, and everything, my favorite cars. But when it comes to spitting just plain facts, it's unbiased. So, my objective is to educate my audience on things about racing. So, I promise you, as long as I'm allowed to do that, as long as I'm allowed to educate people on things, I'll be doing this for quite some time. May not be on the Instagram platform, but I'll be doing this for quite some time
Hey, it's a
because I just
plenty of
love it.
platforms out there to get your message out.
Definitely, definitely. But Instagram is just, big right now. So I'm just using that, until something else comes along and I I receive another opportunity, and I'll definitely take it.
Do you go on the road sometimes with your show, or are you gonna be doing that a little bit later?
I actually, the going on the road with the show is actually coming up in next year. I was gonna drop that on my audience in December. Uh,
Oh shoot!
no, it's okay. It's
Oh
okay.
man!
I know it's no big deal.
I'm so
It's
sorry.
okay.
God, dog.
No, no, you're fine. You're fine. But I'm going to. That was the plan anyway. But I'm going to take the show on the road. I'm going to start doing interviews with the racers at their shops, or I try not to mess with them too much during shows because they're trying to get focused on what's going on. So I try not to mess with them too much, but I'm gonna definitely take it on the road. I'm not gonna just stick to just Instagram live. It's convenient because everybody that races, they live like way away from me.
Oh yeah,
So
they far
it just
way
works.
out yonder in the
They're
United
far away
States.
from me, yeah. Yeah.
They, yeah,
We
when you
have
start
races
getting
out
to
in
us,
Vegas.
oh wow,
Mhm. Yeah.
Vegas, huh?
Yeah, we have a
Yeah,
couple that races out in Vegas, and we have a lot of people out of Oklahoma and Texas. So, you know, it's a long way.
oh yeah, you'll probably see me out there soon as well, kind of doing my little coverage and stuff like that. That's the
Mhm.
people already know this particular show was supposed to be doing that, but because everybody couldn't get too close together, I had to do it like this. But
Yeah.
started in November, we pretty much going to be live in a couple of venues here and there. Then we're still going to be doing this particular format online, of course. But if some people are
So
interested, just
people.
hit me up in the DM or whatnot. We'll pretty much go for now. But other than that,
Mhm.
that's a good idea that you have. It's going to work itself out.
Yeah, I have faith that it's going to work out.
Most definitely they'll at least talk to you. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, they'll probably give you a little bit more information and stuff like that without even you
And
asking
then,
a question.
oh, yeah, like I just asked them one thing, they just started talking. I'm like, hey, do what you do. No
If
problem.
I try to ask them about they specs, we're like, man, come on, get out of here. If he ask, how you doing today?
As
Oh man,
long,
my engine got like 60 over. Man, I got like a cam here. I'm like, I didn't even ask. They gonna tell everything. I didn't seen
listen,
that
as
happen
long as,
before. I'm like, what?
oh yeah, I had a racer or two get on shop talking. We'll be talking, and all of a sudden they start spilling their guts, and I'm like, "Will you please be quiet? Stop talking!"
Can't give the
Like,
cheat code.
I'm like, you are just telling all of your business. Can you please be quiet? So yeah, well, I get that, and then, I mean, in racing, you have a lot of people that will confide in someone about what they have going on. But just like, I don't know if you watched last night's episode, but we had one of the number one prep guys in the country, Jimmy Bradshaw. He was on, and he was saying that one of the biggest things about racing is you have to learn how to keep your mouth shut. If someone confides in you about something, your biggest thing is you have to be quiet. And it's supposed to, when somebody tells me something, either I store it in my memory bank or it goes out the other ear. So, you know, as long as they can, if that's the one thing, is even as supporters, as fans, I don't like to say fans, I like to say supporters, because if it wasn't for you supporting, something, there would be, it wouldn't exist. When
Oh,
you
they
go to
pretty
these
much like
shows,
family. They come see us on a regular basis. We like
right,
family almost.
right, right. Exactly. And you're supposed to look at them like family, and if you go to a show and you see they have their hood up, man, don't do nothing like, don't take pictures of what they have, and start telling people what they have. Don't do that. Respect it. Respect their privacy. You know what I'm saying? That's that's all they ask. This is simple. Just respect their privacy.
Man, that is all right. Wow, we're just going to ask some unrelated questions over here since
Okay.
it is part of the show, of course. So, also, what is your? I know. I also understand that you read sometimes. What is your favorite book and author?
Oh my gosh. One of my favorite. I Okay. I love Toni Morrison.
Man,
Absolutely
she keep
love
coming up
her.
lately too.
Yes, love Toni Morrison. If anyone has ever read, and if you haven't read The Third Life of Grange Copeland, please get that book and read it.
Hmm.
It's triggering. It's a sad book. It's some of it's sad, but it's one of those books to where it's about you meeting your demons
Hmm.
and you understanding that you have to be a better person.
Oh no.
And it's so unconventional and there's so many lessons in it. But The Third Life of Grange Copeland is such a great book, especially if you're a man and you're okay with reading. Read that book. It's really really good book. I loved it.
Man, you know us
Um,
most of us men, we gotta wait till the movie come out.
right. No, you can't. With Third Life of Green, because you gotta listen. You got to definitely you gotta read the book. But the I also it's that book and the Harry Potter trilogy. I read those books as soon as they came out. I read all of them. So yeah, I'm a Potterhead.
Oh Lord, you got a magic wand and a
Yeah.
cape in the closet somewhere. Okay, I'll see
No,
what
I
this gonna
wish
be.
Yes, I'm a huge yes. When I say I'm a huge Harry Potter fan, I'm a huge Harry Potter fan. I read all the books before the movies came out. I went to Universal Studios at the premiere of the Magical World of Harry Potter back in 2010. Yeah, I did all of that.
Who you telling the age? Shh.
Yeah, oh yeah, oh ain't no shame. I'm
Lord.
38. Oh no
Oh, you
shame,
still
no
in your
shame,
thirties
man.
then? Okay, hey, you got a
Yeah, I'm
little,
still in my 30s.
you
Yeah.
got some in the tank. Golly.
Oh
Well,
yeah,
fellas,
but
or
no.
whoever out there, she's 38. Hey, she's a racer. She get her hands dirty some every now and then, and she got on
I
lashes
actually
as
yeah.
well. You know, she can doll it up and work on your car. DMs are now
Yeah,
open, guys.
I have videos on my page while I'm working. I had to replace my valve cover gaskets on my car. I had videos of me doing that with long nails. These are my short ones this week, but
Hmm.
with long nails, you know, I did it. So,
Oh yeah,
you
y'all got
know,
to check that out. We got to check that out. Oh my goodness, that's a sight to see right
yeah,
there. My goodness.
yeah, I did.
So let's ask a few more questions here. So
Mhm.
what do you suggest for females if they actually want to get into racing? What would you tell them what to do?
Excuse me. Oh, guys, I'll keep it short. Ladies, please make sure the number one thing about if you want to race, the absolute number one thing that I beg, beg, beg of you is please respect yourself and demand that these men respect you. There are far too many women in racing that either a that we don't get the respect that we demand and we deserve because we are women, and that is because of b you have women that don't respect themselves, so they expect that from us as well. don't don't think that you have to sleep your way to the top. Don't think that you have to show your body to get attention. Of course we all like a little attention, you know what I'm saying. With me, I post things on my page, on my personal page, but when I go to the track, I'm covered up. I not covered up like, holiness covered up, but I
Oh
dress
no, not
respectful.
the holiness, the long
No, not
dresses and the
holiness, yeah.
socks.
No, I
Okay.
don't do all that. But I am respectful. I'm presentable when I go to the track because I'm there for one thing and one thing only, and that's to handle business. So, just make sure you're not you just being respectful. Make sure you are not allowing anyone to take advantage of you. Don't let anyone downplay you because you're a woman. And also, please make sure you have a team that has your back. I have a team that has my back, 100%.
Yeah, like
They've
a
been
for
doing
real
racing
team that
for a
has your
bit.
back, not for
Look,
no just for a little bit, like for a real team.
No,
You're
don't
gonna
don't
need
have a
everybody in
clout
your camp.
chasing. Right, right. Don't get on with somebody that's they're just in it for the clout chase. Get on with someone that's there to help you. That's gonna steer you in the right direction. They're gonna make sure you're not going down the wrong path. Definitely the team of guys that I have behind me. Anything I need, they're there. Any questions I have, they answer. They make sure I'm straight on track day, race day. They're very, very, very supportive. Just, you know, just ladies, just please, the respect part is the biggest thing, you know, and listen. Please just make sure you listen because there are people out there that genuinely listen for the people that are on the BS, and then you listen for the people that are genuinely trying to help you. But it's just the
Oh
respect
yeah, that
thing is
facts.
most important. Most important.
Oh yeah, that's facts on that. I mean, one thing that kind of turned me off at the racetrack, I haven't went in a while, but I mean, back in the day when females used to race, they'd be looking like Barbara Ann and Beth and stuff like that. You know how we do it. We turned everything up sometimes to a fault.
Right.
Y'all, I really don't want to see all the. I mean, I guess ain't nothing wrong with sometimes kind of revealing yourself just a little bit. But when you're out there with
It's
like
how you do it.
draws and stuff like that, like some Hooter type of draws, like
Yeah,
come on
yeah,
now,
yeah,
you don't need to be no
yeah.
distraction at the track. We're here to see the race.
Right, right. And I mean, I have to tell these females, like I said it one time on live, like, listen, they are not here to see you. Um, excuse me. Um, it's they're not there to see you. If you think that you're gonna come there to try to catch somebody, trust me, on race day, they don't care about you. I promise you that. There are so many girls that come to the racetrack trying to snag these races because they think they have money and all this other kind of stuff. Ladies, I promise you, they are not paying you any attention because they have money on the line. And when there's money on the line, you're not important. So just
Hmm.
chill. Just come to the track. Nothing wrong with you, saying you want to wear something fitted because what I'm saying, I wear biker shorts to the track. So it's cool. You want to wear something fitted, hey, that's cool. I get it. But don't come there dressed half naked because I promise you that they don't care.
Got
And you just look
everything
stupid.
out. I'm like, dang,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Can't do
Looking
that.
incredibly stupid. No, they just look so stupid. Like, don't do that. We had a girl at the last track event I went to. I looked up, I thought I was tripping. This girl had on some heels and a skirt. And I was like,
Oh, I've seen it
sis,
quite a bit back. I've seen it quite a bit to be real about it.
yeah, they do that.
I mean, the track is kind of. I mean, the track is already kind of rough, like walking around. You got on heels. I understand if you're a model or
Man,
something like that, sitting by the cars, but if you just simply just walking around in heels, that's not going to work.
I'm so stupid. I got on every time you see me at the track, I have on one or two things. I always have on my Air Max, and then about halfway through that, I got on my slides.
You
You
got
gonna
on
see me in
what?
one or two slides and Air Maxes. That's it.
Oh Lord,
Nike slides, Air Max. So, because it's got to be comfortable and being on that track. I mean, I'm telling you, it's a lot of walking.
it's
So
brutal.
coming out there in heels is a no go. Oh yeah. So that coming out there in heels things, that's crazy.
Yeah, we're not at the mall. You know what I'm saying? Do that at Lennox Mall, but not the racetrack. We're not
Right.
going to do all that. God, dog. So we got a couple more questions before we ride on out. Once we get done, we're going to chop it up for like a few minutes, but these are the last few questions. So what was your first car coming up in your favorite car?
My very first car that I owned, I had a 2005 Chevy Cavalier. And that car stood out where I lived at because I was the first to put. I'm not gonna say first in. I don't know if I was first in the world. I can't stake that claim because back then all we had. Remember we had car domain back
Mm-hmm.
back then. So I put mine on car domain. I didn't. I don't know if anybody else did or not, but I had 20s on the Cavalier. And
Mm.
back then, 20s was a big wheel.
Especially a
So
car that small too.
small, yeah. I had 20s on the cab. They would call it the car got nicknamed Cavion Dubs. My ex, he put some I ended up marrying the guy, but He put some spacers in the springs and the car was beautiful. It was black Cavalier. My favorite car that I ever owned. Yeah, it is funny that you even talk about that. It's hilarious. Um, my favorite car that I ever owned, I had a '94 Impala, and Miss LT1
Okay.
was my baby. Yeah, I had a '94 and I had a '95. '95 didn't see the light of day. I put her in the storage. I bumped it one day and it rolled forward, and I said, "Oh, transmission. Oh, you got to go. She for sale." You got to go. So, but the '94 Miss LT1 was my hard lesson, but she was my favorite. She was definitely my favorite. And the owner and I actually are we cool. So he said that whenever I know I have supervised visitations, anytime I want to
Oh my
I
God!
can see
Come
the
on,
car.
this right here. So the new owner, does he have it all fixed up and stuff? He just have it. He just drive
um,
it.
the no, the new owner, the car needs work now. The new owner actually is I'll say that he bought every car that he wanted as a kid,
Hmm.
and he did that. It took him 2 years to do it. So he owns a large piece of property, and he's building a home on it. And he's up under the home. He has a garage being built. So he said he's fixing. His goal is to fix up at least four of his cars a year. I think he said. And so he said that the Impala was like in the 20s. So she hadn't been fixed up yet. She's just sitting, waiting her turn.
Man, hopefully he's
Yeah.
cranking those cars up every now and then. I hope he do.
It doesn't matter. He's gonna take the guts out of it and throw them out anyway. So
I need to get that LT1 off of him just in case a body come around, of course.
man, let me tell you something. Don't do it. Just that first gen LT1 is trash. It had that
I
stupid optic
know.
spark on it.
I mean,
It's
it'll be
trash.
free. If it's free, I'll take it.
Yeah, right.
I mean, hopefully I'll be doing an LS swap in a couple of my GMs one of these days.
Mm,
Right now, I'm talking to existence. I've been talking about it for a while, but something always comes up. But hopefully, 2022, at least one of my cars, I have an LS swap in it. Out of the GMs, of course.
right.
If no other
I,
cars don't just pop up all of a sudden, that's in my bucket list. I got a bunch of them.
well, well, I mean, what do you? Let me ask you this: what do you think about that new ZZ632 that just dropped?
Man, everybody talking about that right now. That's interesting. It's carbureted, ain't it?
Yeah, it's carburetor motor. Yeah.
I know some people say if that was like a LS or something like that, it'll be fire.
No, it's an LS killer. That the ZZ632 is supposed to be the answer to the LS.
Oh,
And think
come
about it,
on.
GM is a an LS thing, and it's supposed to be the answer. I'm telling you, and to be quite honest with you, with a good shot of nitrous on it, I got faith in it.
Oh, you got faith in it?
I got faith in it because I want one. I've been doing a little bit more homework, and I got faith in it. So
How much is it anyway? I
yeah,
didn't even look at it. Looked expensive. I'm
they
like, that got to be like
okay.
30,000.
They did not. GM did not drop the price on the vehicle publicly. I mean, on the engine publicly, but it's rumored that it's 25,000.
I know it.
It's rumored that it's 25,000. I'm like, you could have got you a whole new car. But there are engines out there that cost way more than that. But yeah, it's the rumor's 25.
I remember when those old 502s came out like a long time ago. I saw the price on that. It was like a car. I'm like, I ain't
Yeah,
nobody gonna be buying this unless you like super rich. But I
unless
seen
you
a
got
few cars
money.
with
Yeah.
the old 502 in there. I'm like, how the hell?
Hmm.
I'm like, you actually bought this motor. I'm like, it was still running. It stood the test of time.
Yeah.
I just can't see
But like they
myself
say
drop that much
nowadays,
money into a motor and stuff. I just can't. I just don't see it.
Let me tell you something. I ain't gonna lie to you. I can't.
I know you
Don't
can
do
do it.
it.
You know what I'm saying? But I just can't do it. Yeah, I never
Not gonna do it.
bought a car more than $5,000 in my life, like an old car.
Yeah. Oh yeah. 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 I
Yeah,
mean, think about how
that's
much
my
money we
cap
dump
right
into
there.
them, though. Yeah.
This other car that I'm looking at right now, it's like a foreign car, like an old school foreign car.
Hmm.
That price range between like 3 to like 20 or whatever like that. But I'm looking for like a 1980s Porsche 944. You know the Scarface
If
car.
right now, let me ask you this. Do you have? I know someone that is he's a connect. He finds whatever you want
Hmm.
for the and if you need that, let me know. I get you in touch with him. But whatever you're looking for, he always finds it. It's legal.
I
So
know.
yeah, yeah. So if you want
I
it,
mean, I
let me
might
know.
consider that. You just never know. But I got a guy
Yeah.
that I deal with anyway. I don't want to have
Hmm.
to give up some certain cars I already. I don't want to have to give up that Mercedes that I just got back. I got it back like weeks later, but the one that you see in my picture online, I saw that
Hmm.
car twice already. Now it's always come back. I'm like, hey, I ain't need this car. I'm like, come on,
It's
man.
like
But
Christine. You got the
it's like Christine.
Christine
It's
of
just a
foreign
station
cars.
wagon. Like
Yeah.
it's a 80 station wagon, but
Hmm.
yeah, in order to get that Porsche, I'm gonna have to give up that Mercedes and probably like two other cars to get that Porsche I'm looking
Oh
at.
Lord. Oh goodness. Oh
I
goodness.
know. I mean, that wagon is worth quite a bit, but I don't want. I don't. If I
Mm.
give it up this time around, I may not get it back in order to get that Porsche. You know, around my area, I think the guy got like an 82 944. It got like great miles on, it, and it's an automatic.
Oh, it's just an automatic. You better jump on it.
Don't nobody
Oh,
want the
excuse me.
automatic. Oh Lord. Yeah, don't
No,
nobody
I'm
want
here.
that
I'm here.
particular car because it's an automatic. Everybody always want the 5 speed in that car.
Mm. Right.
It
And
got the
I mean,
original
I
motor in
know.
there.
Oh wow, really?
Yeah, a lot of people put like Chevy 350s or LSs in there and stuff like that because the motor
Mm.
just gives out. But
Mm.
I want all Porsche motor, everything. I don't want no GM nothing in there unless
That's
I got
dope.
to.
That's dope.
I want something
That's
that's
dope.
actually got good miles on it, that's good maintenance on it. In order to get
Hmm.
that car, it's like it's a silver color too. Around my way, I
That's
had to
dope.
give up probably like 3 cars to get to it.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, he want quite a bit for it. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I mean, if it's a collector's, that's understandable.
I'm just gonna, you never know. It might just fall off the truck one day. We'll see.
Definitely speak that into existence because that'd be great.
So we are pretty much the end of the show right now. What is your final thoughts
Mm.
at this time before we go?
Oh, well, first, let me say that I think that what you're doing is amazing. I like to see, trust me, the audience loves to see something positive. The audience loves to see anything that's pushing the car culture forward and not keeping it stuck in one spot or bringing it back 5 years. So, thank you so much for having a positive platform. And I support you 100%. I really appreciate you for uh, bringing me on and inviting me onto the show. Thank you so much. And I'm just asking that anyone that's out there, please support this man, push his brand, you know, promote his show, whatever the case may be, because it just feels good. It's like a breath of fresh air to be involved with something positive. It's great. And I love this. I really do.
Oh, I do
So keep doing
appreciate you
your
too. I
thing.
didn't. Don't worry, guys. I did not pay her to say that. I ain't got no money. I'm broke. I ain't got it right now. I'm eating
No,
Popeye chicken
this
in a
come
few more
right.
minutes.
Listen, y'all, this came from
Sure.
right here. I promise you, this came from right here, and it came from right here. So, no, this man is what you're doing is very positive, man. It's like you have the men of color that are really involved in this car culture. You look at guys like you and E Vapors, y'all are doing great things, you know. And Car Talk TV, it's all great. You know what I'm saying? So, just keep doing your thing. You have my support. Trust me, you really do. you have shop talk support. So just keep doing your thing. This is great. I love it.
Oh yeah, I do appreciate everybody supporting the platform. Watch it, donate, whatever y'all did in the past until now. We do appreciate it. And within a month or two, we will be pulling up on you. And I also going to be
Okay.
hosting this particular show live, like for real life, at a location in Atlanta, maybe like once or twice a month. And some people feel free to come on out, hit y'all up. Just be ready.
Okay.
When I say, hey, you want to come through, we're going to have at least one car person on the show and everybody else doing different things. Pretty much,
Okay.
this show is all over
I
the
mean,
place,
hey,
but we all come together all at
listen,
once.
right. If you hit me up, I'm a
Yeah,
very
stay on the.
diverse person. So
You
just
right
let me
about
know.
that. All right, stay on the line right now. I'm gonna go ahead and end it real quick. But I do appreciate everybody from watching Hey Use Your Inside Voice Live with Mister Old Skool Ryder. It's more than a car show, plus more stuff with Miss KoKo from Cars with KoKo, and we're over and we out.
All right. Good night,
Stay
you
right there,
guys.
KoKo. All right, stay
All
right
right.
there quick.